Hey guys, it's JB Trainman here, and this is a layout update. I'm back from vacation, and I just want to show you some changes that I made on the layout since my last update. So let's get started. Now the biggest change that I've made since the last update is this whole junction here, and the sidings over here. So if you can remember from before, all that I had was one point there, and then one siding here for the pendolino. But now what I've done is I've ordered some pico points, so I now have a junction so trains from the inner loop can switch on to the main track and also can switch on to the sidings. And also because I now have the class 350 and it's such a long train, I decided to make its own storage siding. So what I've done is I've gotten another point over there. I think it's an old Hornby one from my box. And what I did was I just put a couple second radius curves here leading into its own siding. And the siding's made of Bachmann Easy Track from my old American layout, as I don't want the regular Hornby track on carpet because, you know, dust and stuff can get in the wheels. And as you can see at the top of the junction, I've also put a little storage siding for the head car of the pendolino, as all 5 cars of the train just won't fit in the platform. So when the pendolino comes and parks in, I have to uncouple the power car and then just drive it onto that siding, and that's where it's stored. Another major thing that I've done in this area is I've built this Metcalf platform that I got from the Bluebell Railway back last December. Here's the box. Yeah, just thought that I would build it because I have these 2 sidings and I thought it would look really nice. And it does. So what I've done is I've made it about 2 or 3 track lengths long. Now I put the ramp at the end here so 2 full coaches can fit, and then maybe like half of a third coach. But I think it looks nice in this area. And it's not perfect, of course. You can see it's kind of crooked in this area, but I mean, it's my first attempt and I'm pretty pleased with it. And also a quick thing I've done over here is added this third little service siding. It's not connected to the actual layout, but it's a little storage siding for the class 150 over there when it's not in use. The next major thing is that my Mallard is finally back in service. If you can remember from my last layout update, I said that I would be replacing it with the TTS Sound GAD wall, but however that is not necessary because what I've done is I took it all apart. I cleaned all the pickups and stuff and oiled all of the joints and everything and put it back together, and I mean, it runs like a dream now. So I won't be getting the TTS Sound GAD wall anytime, and I think I'll save my money and put it to something else. But so yeah, this runs perfectly smooth, except the only thing that I had to do is I had to cut the wires that connect the engine to the tender. So now there's no electrical pickup between the engine and the tender, but it still works fine because it has these 3 large driving wheels for pickups. So this is just a tender, and yeah, so no electrical pickups, or no electricity is being transferred between the engine and the tender anymore. But I mean, it works fine. Another thing I've been working on is fixing the light clusters on the Hornby Class 92. Now, if you can remember from some of my running videos on my channel, you can see that, I mean, it's not that realistic. There were 2 giant white clumps, whereas in real life, like most UK trains, they have 1 marker light. Well, they have 2 marker lights on each side, and then they have 1 main light on each side depending on whether it's day or night. So if the engine was running in the daytime, then this large headlight would be on, and then if you were running in the nighttime, then this large headlight would be on, and both marker lights will always be illuminated. But it wasn't that realistic because, as I said before, there were just 2 bright white LEDs, and they didn't distinguish marker lights or headlights. So what I've done is put yellow masking tape on top of the LED light clusters to give it a realistic yellowish tone. And then what I've also done is used black masking tape to block off the right LED so that it has a daytime night code. So if you just put it on the track, you can see what I mean. And it just short-circuited everything. Oh well. Like that. Also, the Duke just stopped. Okay, it's going now. So now you can see that the light is more realistic now. It has the marker light and then the main light, and then on the other side it only has the marker light. And if you just get it head on, you see it looks really nice and way more realistic than it did before. And while the Class 92 was in the workshop for having its lights fixed, I had a little mishap right here where this red wire that connects the pickups to the motor to give it electricity, it snapped from the pickups. So what I had to do was order the stuff on Amazon called Anders Products, and it's just wire glue. So what it does, because I don't have a soldering iron, so basically what you do is you take a toothpick and stir it around and then apply it to the two wires or pickups that you want to connect, and then let it dry for a while, and then they're electrically bonded. So I had to fix that and then just put these back onto the wheel sets, and then the train is good to go. And a quick little thing before the video ends, I just want to talk about this Class 350 right here. Now you might have seen my review on it, but the train in that review is not this engine you see here, because right after the review, the train's motor decided to completely cut out. Apparently one of the gears or something fell out, because when you applied power, you could hear the motor turning, but the wheels wouldn't move and the lights wouldn't work. So, I don't know, short circuit in the system or something. So, thankfully, E-Hattons has a great return policy, and I just put it back in the box and sent it back to England. And they kindly sent me a replacement, and this one works fine. So, yeah, just a little quick note about that. And thank you for watching this layout update. And for watching all my videos this summer. I've been all over the place, really. Long Island, New Hampshire. So yeah, it's great to be back and get to work on my layout. So see you in the next video, and bye.